I've still been job hunting, right? And remember the first time that I talked about it, I said like, for every dozen applications, maybe I'll get one callback. That was that was full of shit.
Okay.
Right? I've maybe done 100 like LinkedIn, like what, or not LinkedIn, like LinkedIn applications, company website applications, all that stuff. And I've directly messaged, say, like 10 to 15 hiring managers to try to like gain a connection or whatever. Nobody fucking wants to hire me, and like it's fucking annoying, right? Like 100 applications, let's say, equated to I want to say 3 interviews. Right? I had the one job offer before that was fucking bullshit, and I might have an offer coming up this week. Hopefully, fucking.
You got an interview coming up?
It was weird. So basically, this company is a really big company, international, $2 billion in yearly revenues. Out of that, I believe 200 million in net revenues, right? So basically, they own a bunch of companies, and they were hiring for someone to market all the different companies, right?
Sure.
And so I applied to the Canadian division, right? And I get an interview, right? I was shocked that I got an interview. So I look up the place.
Can you say I guess you won't say, but
like in Canada, they own a bunch of companies mainly pertaining to like school supplies.
Okay.
And then in America, they have a million other things. They have gaming companies and whatever, right? And you guys might be able to find out what it is if you guys live in Canada and you guys know what I'm talking about. But so I get the interview. She really likes me, but the thing is, we were supposed to do an interview on a Thursday at like 3:00, right? She basically gave me a bunch of times, and I literally said any day after noon, right? Just so I can fucking wake up, be fresh, whatever, good, right? So literally 10 minutes before the interview, Thursday at 2:50, I get 8 minutes, sorry, 2:52. I get an email saying, hey, something came up, I need to reschedule our interview. And first thing I thought of was 8 minutes before my interview, you telling me this?
Yeah.
Your boy literally set up his whole day to do this interview, right? Because I get nervous. So I have like things that I do to calm me down, right? Like I think I had a workout before. I took a nice shower, whatever. I ate my food, whatever. So I planned my whole day around it, right? And 8 minutes before, she tells me we have to do it a different day. So I'm like, okay, don't send me the same link. Just pick any other time, afternoon, any day of the week. I don't care, right? Okay, we'll do it Monday. Like, fuck, really? I gotta wait another 4 or 5 days for this interview? Right? Monday comes around, 3:00, right? I'm at my computer at 2:30, let's say. 3:30 comes around, and I email her. I'm like, is this interview still going on? What's going on, right? And then I get a phone call at about 3:50, right? And she said, I'm so sorry. Something else came up. I really do apologize. I couldn't even message you. And I'm like, you know what? Don't worry, because it's a big company. You got shit to do. And also, like, if I'm nice to her, then that shows that I'm a really good person. I'm understanding, whatever. And I am understanding. You know, shit happens. She's like, if you want to do the interview now, we can. If not, we can schedule another day. I'm like, I'm not waiting another day. I'm sorry, right? Let's have this interview. Interview goes, it's like 25 minutes. She really likes me, right? And then she says, on this day, I believe it was like a Wednesday, right? I forgot I don't remember if she said this week or the week after. She will message me if I get the second interview, right? And I thought I had it in the bag, right? Because once again, I'm good at interviewing. People generally like me on first notice,
right?
And once again, like, she messed up twice, and I was cool about it, right? And like, I'm assuming that's a trait that you would like.
Yeah.
Doesn't email me on Wednesday, so on Thursday I email her. I'm like, hey, I may have gotten the days mixed up. Was there a specific day that you wanted to talk about the second interview? And then she messaged me, oh yeah, I'll message you sometime next week, right? And that week is it's coming up. Right? It's this week.
Next week.
Yeah. So if I don't get an email back, I'm like, fuck, I gotta start from square one again, right? Because I can only apply to so many places because it updates so many times, right? Like maybe in a week, 30 new options will come up, and of those 30, maybe one will message me back, maybe, right? So just because of that, I'm just waiting here, and I'm like, fucking hell, like what am I supposed to do with my life while I wait for fucking people to call me back and whatever? Because don't forget, I'm not only am I doing these interviews, doing these applications, I'm literally messaging people that work at the company, right? Trying to like introduce myself, right?
That's all you really could do.
I know, but it's so annoying.
It'll happen eventually.
Like,
it's hard to get a job.
I know, but what I realized, and I feel like this actually is really good information for people who are finishing university or trying to enter the work sphere in some aspect. If you're in your last year of university, let's say, and you're in your first semester and you haven't updated your business profiles, or it doesn't matter, like I'm talking about business in the sense of like like you can be in any kind of degree. It doesn't matter if it's like computer science or history or whatever. Make yourself approachable in a business sense because you're selling yourself to get a job.
Exactly.
So your LinkedIn profile needs to be updated. You need to have like your resume cannot be in a chart format because that gets thrown out immediately. Right?
I mean, you don't have to go all out on LinkedIn, but you need to have your experience there. It just needs to be like show what you've done.
It also needs to be that it also needs to look like you've been active. You can't have 5 connections and expect to get a job. You know what I mean? So I realized that towards the end of my 4th year that it wasn't up to date. So I had a friend come over. She helped me revamp it, send out these connections, people that actually know me. So now I went from like knowing 10 people to knowing 200 people, right? And I'm still adding people every day. Right. And my resume got updated, all that stuff. And from getting all that stuff ready is good. But you got to send it out, right?
Yeah.
And the thing is, it'll take months and months and months to do so. So
the thing is, you're doing more than most. That's going to be the difference between you getting a job and other people not getting a job.
I know, but all that I want to say is if you want to get a job in whatever world it is, you can't wait to graduate, right?
Yeah, you got to
every application will ask you if you graduated or if you're not, when do you plan to graduate? So if you're applying, say, in January of whatever year, but you're graduating that May, people are going to be like, okay, you have your degree, right? We can start you whenever. But it's going to take months and months and months to get the job for the most part, right? Some people get lucky, and that's not a big deal. But if you start when you graduate, and let's say you don't have a lot of money, yeah, you're broke for the summer.
I think, for me, I have hired people from time to time and done certain interviews. So it's difficult when you don't have experience to get to the next spot. However, if you can kind of portray what you know you're talking about, yeah, through a message, right?
Yeah.
If you come and you say, you message the person, I'm hungry for this opportunity. I work really hard. I think I do this, and I have experience in this. I would love to do an interview. I think more often than not, they'll give you an interview, even if you don't have experience.
Oh, yeah.
So I'll give you an example of what not to do.
Go for it.
Because we used to hire someone a few months back.
Did you fire him?
Or I had an application. Whatever. It was an application.
Okay.
The person messaged me.
Okay.
I think I'm a really good fit for the job. Even though I don't have much experience in this field, I think I share the minds of people like Elon Musk, the
richest fucking man in the world,
the Wright brothers, the people who invented the airplane, Nikola Tesla, basically everybody that changed the world in some kind of way. This guy fucking emailed, or this guy said in his message, he's like, yeah, so I think I'd be a really good fit for the graphic designer position. With all that, I'm literally like Elon Musk, Nikola Tesla, and I would be a really good fit for the graphic designer position.
Dude, imagine I applied. Imagine I applied to be a server, and I'm like, you know what? Think of the best server you've ever met. Now combine that with Bill Gates, and I'm that guy.
Yeah.
Like, are you stupid?
No, it's more like you apply, and you're like, yeah, I'm pretty much the same as Bill Gates, so I think I would be a good position. I'd
be a great service assistant.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
are you fucking stupid?
I'd be a great busboy.
No, like, it's so dumb. Like,
stupid as that, bro.
Like, I've applied for some graphic design jobs, right? Because social media marketing, graphic design has a very similar thing.
No, graphic design is like, going on the Photoshop and making things look nice and stuff.
But I'm saying it's very similar to social media marketing because you need to know how to graphic design to make really nice posters and just things like that, right? It's not a huge correlation, but it is. So people ask me what kind of graphic design experience I have. I said for businesses, I don't have much, but for personal endeavors, I do because I have this channel. I do social media marketing for a company, whatever.
Which you should say in like the messages when you're messaging.
Yeah, like I literally tell people that I've made like YouTube channels for people and Twitch channel, which I have, right? And I've made the art for it and whatever. And although it's not amazing, it's not like the best work, but I have some experience. I don't have a lot, I have some. Yeah. And I'm very honest about it, right? Yeah. And it portrays a lot better than saying, "Oh yeah, I don't have anything at all," right? It's a little bit, but it's not a lot, right? But speaking of stupid fucking resumes, I gotta tell you this, right? So our buddy, so his family owns a breakfast restaurant, and he straight up told me this. I was on the floor. So a dude comes in with a resume, right, to be a dishwasher.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I think I know this story.
You want to know how long the resume was?
Wasn't it like 5 pages?
My guy, it was 12 pages.
Oh my god.
Front and back.
So 24
Double-sided,
pages?
my guy. Like, apparently he was a dishwasher somewhere else.
Yeah.
And so when you have a resume, obviously you talk about your past experiences, but you talk about what you did, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like 2 or 3 bullet points of what you did, right? This guy, one job experience was 2 pages of stuff that he did for that company. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So literally, I would take the knives, the forks, and the spoons, run it through the dishwasher, then I would single-handedly, with a towel, clean the spoons first, followed by the forks, followed by the knives. And if they had to get cleaned again for whatever reason, they went through a second cycle.
So stupid, bro.
You think, bro? First of all, I
He was passionate about the dishwasher.
I don't think I've ever seen someone not get a job for a dishwasher before.
Yeah, that's like, you want a job, here you go.
Like, literally, that's your first job in the world.
Mm-hmm.
It was my first job, too, right? Like, me, I'm just like, for my waiting experience, oh, yeah, I made sure that all my stations were sanitary. I made sure that every table enjoyed their time. And I also came in on days that I wasn't supposed to because managers asked me.
Mm-hmm.
That's like 3 things, 3 lines worth of stuff. Good. Tells you a pretty good amount of the job. Not, I single-handedly would go to one table, make sure that I got their order written down.
Ask them how they're doing.
And then instead of going to the booth to punch it all in, what I would then do is go to a second table, write on a second piece of paper what they want, and get 2 orders done at once.
Mm-hmm.
That way, when the food comes for one table, it comes for the other table at the same time.
Yeah,
and
it's just a waste.
Like, are you fucking stupid?
Yeah, it is very stupid.
Get off your phone.
I just wanted to. I had this point that I wanted.
Okay, go ahead. Sorry, my bad. I'm aggressive. But yeah, it's like, where do you think you're gonna go by telling someone your life story to get a job? You need to know what good things to talk about and give it really quick, right? Like, the best way I can explain, I had an interview. The dude saw my sound panels in the back. I turned the camera. Hey, I play drums, right? And like, this was before the interview. Oh, that's really cool. I play drums. That's really cool. We have similar interests. And I just find that it's a really good pastime. Let's get back to the interview.
Yeah.
The guy likes me already.
You keep it moving.
Why do I gotta talk about drums for 5 hours?
No, you
right?
don't. You don't.
It's enough.
You don't. You just keep things moving. You know? Keep it moving. Keep it light. Here's a few points. Here's what I did.
Be concise. That's all you gotta do. Be concise.
That's what it is. More often than not, just be normal. You know? Just
be yourself.
Yeah. Be yourself. Be normal.
It's like going on a date when you're all nervous and stuff. No, just be yourself.
Don't have to overthink anything. Just like that. Just live your life, you know?
I don't know. It's such a weird concept when you think about it because people don't know how to be themselves.
No, they don't.
It's like people can be themselves when they're by themselves, but in front of others, they have to change who they are.
Yeah. Like, I was at a trade show, and every company, like, that I talk to there, I'm like, what do you guys do, right?
Okay.
They give me, like, some crazy long, like, we do this and we do that and this and this and this. And it's like, at the end of the day, what they do is, like, sell lights. Like, I'm like.
But the way they do it.
And honestly, it hurts that. Like, I personally think it hurts you when you talk like that. It's like, oh, we make lights, and if you need it, it's like, we're able to do it as quickly as possible. I don't need the fucking, well, you know, this and this. Dude, and that.
Like, imagine that, like, you own a gaming company. Like, like your company makes video games, right?
Mm-hmm.
Someone asks you about it. Okay, well, first, we hire all these people, right? And then we tell them exactly what we want in the video game, and they do it. It's like, no, we make this fucking video game. You want to check it out? Go check it out.
Right.
It doesn't make sense, like, why you're being so over-exaggerated about it.